Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. How's everybody doing this wonderful Monday, July 27th? JaesChronicles back at you again. Hope everybody had a great weekend. I know I did. It was beautiful here. It was warm in Chicagoland, but still equally beautiful. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend. Missed you over the weekend as always. As we continue to look at pride, we talked about ending last week with pride. Not letting your pride get in the way. And I wanted to keep that going. I thought about spending some time with you over the weekend, but I said, hey, give you all a break. I needed it, but to refresh and build more content for the upcoming weeks. And I did a great job of that. So we have some great topics coming up over the course of the next 2 months. So really feeling good about that. But wanted to continue to talk with you about pride. Remember, we talked about don't let pride get in your way. Pride has a way of being a double entendre depending on how you use it and apply the power that comes with it. On one hand, pride means sense of self, being proud, really having a level of confidence. And oftentimes pride can be paired with a few things that we're going to talk about this week: pride and prejudice, pride and pain, pride and love, just to name a few. So let's get into it. Let's get to work. So let's talk about the first topic for this week. It's called Pride and Prejudice. Back in 2005, I believe, there was a movie that came out called Pride and Prejudice based on the book by Jane Austen. And it was talking about how two people came together from different socioeconomic backgrounds and they fell in love with each other. And just imagine what they had to go through with these two different socioeconomic backgrounds coming together. It impacted their families, things of that nature, you name it. But it made me think about pride and prejudice. Oftentimes, we put people in different categories, and it hinders us from really getting to know who they are. I remember the movie The Titanic. The most affluent people were at the top of the ship, while the most impoverished people were at the bottom. And what we recognize in the movie The Titanic is the people that were at the bottom of the ship were the ones that could potentially save the most affluent people at the top of the ship. So when does pride and prejudice intersect at a point where it becomes a problem? I think it's something that goes back to our childhood. At an early age in life, we look at our children, we look at those special attributes that they have, and we put them into special groups and teams, kind of channeling them to a certain nucleus of people. I remember when I was a child in elementary school, there was this group of kids that I always wanted to be a part of, but never could. They were the really smart children, the overachievers, and they were called the gifted kids. The gifted kids. And they had created this nucleus, and it was very hard to penetrate. You couldn't get into that nucleus if you weren't as smart as them. And I think that's where the prejudice comes in, and we carry that over the course of our lives. You ever thought about that? It's applicable at work. Those that are very proud and feel as though they are super amazing individuals tend to surround themselves by those of equal stature and frown on those that aren't a part of the in club. Are you one of them? Do you mix pride and prejudice and make it into something negative? Think about the impact that those kids have had on a lot of other people over the course of their lives, when it's probably the kids that weren't a part of that group that could have benefited the most. So just a thought. I'm going to challenge you this week, but we're going to look at pride the good, the bad, the ugly. You ready? I'm ready. If you like this video, please don't forget to get you some and subscribe below. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody.